Hey guys, thank you so much for 750 subscribers. I've been wanting to do this for a little bit, so I figured it would be perfect for part 1 of my 750 subscriber special. So yeah, I hope you all enjoy. Yeah. Once upon a time, there were 4 girls who were growing up together from Tokyo. They were all very good singers, and their voices would bounce off the wall of their classroom, though they got in trouble since it disrupted class. One day, as they were awaiting clear skies due to the thundering rain, they went to a cafe. Saki, one of the members, was made to order for the rest of the girls. She was a very sociable girl, but all she wanted was to fly away from the situation. She knew the cafe worker was one of her brother's friends, and making a good impression was her number 1 priority. She ended up messing everything up, including giving the worker the name Stella instead of Saki, but she fulfilled her purpose. Though she was on the verge of tears, the other girls were able to cheer. Though she was on the verge of tears, the other girls were able to cheer her up, and they all enjoyed their meals. So, hooray! They all left the cafe, since all they were eating was some needless fries. In the stage of... Sorry, I kind of forgot what I wrote. They all left the cafe since they were eating... They all left the cafe since all they were eating was some needless fries, and the stage of the world was clear of any rain. It was integral that they show off their talents to anyone who wanted to listen. They shined as much as the Regulus as their peaky rhythm matched the pulse of the meteor. They took a break, and as they were connecting the stars, they pondered over the wonderful life they had built up together and smiled. The end. And Hatsune Miku is there. Once upon a time, 4 girls were determined to create their dream place, but they needed specific items to accomplish it. One of them needed to find a blue ice drop, but there were many drops, and the colors of drops varied wildly between each drop. The girl was able to find it with the help of another teammate, but they still needed more. Another item they needed was parasol slider, but they had to get across float planar heights to acquire it. If they can do it, I can do it, one of the girls said, as she somehow was jumping over the entire mountain and got to the cider. Jumping over, does that work? Hold on. As she somehow was jumping over the entire mountain and got the cider. The last items they needed, the angel's clover and the peachy key, were almost impossible to get. But they were able to make the clover with love material, and they were able to use it to jump more to the key. They also had other challenges, with one of them becoming a worldwide wanderer and another one being... They also had other challenges, with one of them becoming a worldwide wanderer and another being metamourboard to accomplish this shared dream. They all shared a hug and declared that we are newly edgy idols. They stuck with that for a while, but after a few months they decided to all become dentists by declaring we are the Stain Busters. They still go back and forth on what they want to do, though. At the end, and Hatsune Miku is there. Hooray. Once upon a time, 2 rad dogs, 1 bee eater, and 1 sheep lived in a wonderful city. The future here always seemed bright, and it even had a world-famous cinema, which of course featured a world-famous star. One day, while everything was covered with moonlight, an inferno was set inside a hollow near our heroes. Everyone before assumed that it was crazy to even think about fire safety, as an accident never occurred before, but they began to realize they were wrong. Everyone was in suspended animation and certainly awake now. No one knew who the culprit was except our heroes, since it turns out one of the dogs was a retainer supplanting his lord. The others that lived there wanted to use a blender on the culprit and created flyer after flyer bargaining for their arrest. The heroes knew they were ready steady to move forward, and beyond the way was a safe place with a lovely cafe where they could eat and drink in peace. Our apple juice and coffee. I don't know why my first thought was apple juice, not alcohol. Our heroes didn't actually save anyone, and they did cause the problem at hand, but that's alright, because they got coffee. And Miku is there. Oh, in the end. Once upon a dream, there was a shining, sparkling group of 4 that were all varied and diverse. One, Mr. Showtime, was a guy who created outrageous wonders with his performances, and all 88 stars worshipped his every move. Another, formerly known as Showtime Ruler since he was a ruler of Showtime, is now known as Cyberpunk Dead Boy, which is edgy and cool, I think. The third, Nene, loved telling rainbow-colored stories and also created the beautiful Starry Sky melody which sent happiness to every star who heard it. The last one, Emu, created an opera, space opera, as well as the Starry Sky Orchestra, which sounds a bit familiar, but I'm sure it was her original idea. They all only ate coral, which may seem strange since they live in space, and even more so since they would all get filament fever when they came down to Earth. But if they ate anything else, they would be becoming potatoes faster than you can say, "Glory, steady, go!" The theme of Decor Survey Team is a song they created since they used to be part of the Smile Survey Team to bring smiles to all the stars. Now, though, they are known as a tetrad that illuminates the world, since their songs make the stars shine brighter than ever before. Even though the world hasn't even started yet, they still have a great impact on everything surrounding it. The end. And Hatsune Miku. Once upon a time, 4 people were reborn under a melody-lit sky for the sole purpose of composing the future. They usually had passion at 25 o'clock to create their music based on many creatures, like a bug or a kitty, for instance. When they would perform at their theater, they would say, "Give me your light," and twilight light would shine throughout the auditorium. You could not lower one's eyes from their performance, and it was you could not lower one's eyes from the performance. It was like you were a prisoner in a box, and even if you were you could not lower one's eyes from their performance. It was like you were a prisoner in a box, and even if you were an uninterested nomad, wandering away from their songs would not be a good idea. You would go close to gray, and your ID smile would turn into an ID frown. So you were better off listening to Samsa and any of the other songs they sing. If you kept going, you would find their casino, where yes, you could win, but you would just become a jackpot sad girl, as the money you earned could not be used for anything. Then they would give you a cell phone and make you go through a script of the cell phone love story they created, which would take 3 hours. Well, as long as you didn't mess up. As soon as you were done with that, the members would say, "I am rain," and I'm the rain, and the entire place would flood. You do not know how to swim, so you would die from this event. If you want to know how I know this, well, I am you. The end. Hatsune Miku. Hope this was good enough for a special. There's going to be more, but this is the Project Sekai related portion of my special. The other part will be Thursday. So yeah, bye-bye!